Piggy and the Mystery of the Sour Watermelon. It was a bright summer afternoon in sunny Meadow. Little Piggy lay under the big apple tree, enjoying a slice of juicy, red watermelon. Sweet juice dripped down his chin, and he giggled. "This is the best watermelon ever, Mom," Piggy said. "I'm glad you like it," Mom smiled. Fresh summer watermelons are always sweet. Piggy's nose twitched with curiosity. "But Mom, remember the watermelon we forgot in the fridge last week? It tasted sour and strange. Why did that happen?" Mom's eyes twinkled. "That's a very good question, Piggy. How about we turn it into an adventure?" Piggy bounced to his feet. "Yes, let's solve the mystery of the sour watermelon." The investigation begins. Piggy put on his detective hat, a small straw hat with a red ribbon, and grabbed his notebook. Clue 1. Fresh watermelon is sweet, but old watermelon is sour. Something must change inside it. "Let's ask an expert," Mom suggested. In the garden, Old Owl was reading in the shade. Piggy trotted up. "Mr. Owl, why does watermelon turn sour after a few days?" Old Owl adjusted his glasses. "Watermelon is full of sugar and water. When it sits too long, tiny invisible creatures called bacteria and yeast start to grow. They eat the sugar and turn it into acid. That's why it tastes sour." Piggy's eyes went wide. "Bacteria? Like the ones that make people sick?" "Some can," Old Owl said. "Others just change the food's flavor. But either way, sour watermelon isn't safe to eat." Piggy's experiment. Back home, Piggy wanted to see this for himself. He and Mom cut a watermelon in half. One half they ate right away, sweet and delicious. The other half they left on the kitchen counter. On day 2, it was still sweet. On day 3, it smelled a little different. By day 4, it had a strong sour smell. "Wow," Piggy wrote in his notebook. "Bacteria and yeast are working. They made acid and changed the taste. That's why we eat fruit while it's fresh," Mom reminded him. "And store it properly so it lasts longer." A lesson learned. That evening, Piggy sat on the porch, sipping cool water. So the reason watermelon turns sour is because tiny creatures eat the sugar and make acid. "That's right," Mom said. "It's a natural process called fermentation. It's useful for foods like yogurt or pickles, but not for watermelon." Piggy giggled. "Then I'll always eat my watermelon fresh before the tiny creatures throw a sour party inside it." Mom laughed and hugged him. "That's my smart, curious Piggy." Bedtime reflections. That night, tucked in bed, Piggy whispered, 1. Food doesn't stay fresh forever. 2. Tiny creatures called bacteria and yeast can change how food tastes. 3. Fresh food is healthy, old sour food isn't safe. From the doorway, Mom smiled softly. "Good night, my little scientist." Piggy drifted off, already dreaming about his next mystery.